Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
On today's episode, we are discussing Toast to Italy, the first movie in Hallmark's 25th birthday celebration lineup of 3 movies, which originally aired on Saturday, August 1st, 2026, and is now streaming on Hallmark Plus.
Poor Hallmark doesn't even get like a birthday month. They only get like 3 weeks.
They're like, sorry, we got to bump you for falling to love.
Which I saw a commercial for because I watched this on Friendly. Mm-hmm. And I just had like a full panic over
It's
Christmas
all happening.
is coming. It's all happening. Yes. I think you have like planted the panic seed about the holidays.
Sorry.
I mean, I was in my home goods and it's all Halloween.
I know.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready, everybody.
Oh, I am in full prep over here. I got a new planner system. I'm working on a meal plan. So let's talk Toast to Italy with a synopsis.
Jenny travels to Italy for a special bottle of wine for her sister's wedding. She meets Arrigo, also looking for the famous love wine, and together their search leads to a love of their own.
Michael Robinson directed Toast to Italy. This marks his 95th directing credit, and he most recently directed Two for Tea from earlier this year.
I liked that movie a lot.
Me too.
I think that is... I was thinking... Oh, total side note. I'm curious what the listeners want. I was thinking we should do like a top 10 list of our favorite movies of the year.
Sure.
Before...
CTC?
Yes, before that starts.
Yes, let's do it.
Okay. Paul Inglis wrote the screenplay. He has 34 writing credits, but this isn't his first Hallmark project. He previously penned the movie Nostalgic Christmas from 2019, starring one of Meg's Meg? Do I have ever called you Meg?
Literally never.
Starring one of Megan's favorites, Brooke D'Orsay.
Only my mom calls me that.
Really?
Yeah.
Meg.
Sometimes my dad. Well, it doesn't sound like that when she says it.
Oh, when she's angry, does she call you Meg?
No.
Catherine. Just kidding.
No. She doesn't really get mad, actually.
Hey, when you were younger?
Yeah, sure. I was a pain in the ass when I was younger.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think I had she didn't like middle name me when I was in trouble, you know?
No. Yeah. Gotcha.
Will Kemp stars as Arrigo. Hallmark fans last saw him in My Sweet Austrian Holiday, and they'll have another chance to see him this October as part of the Hallmark Christmas Cruise lineup. I'm curious which of our listeners is going on the cruise.
The cruise is so not on my radar this year.
It will be once our feeds are flooded with social content.
I'll be sad that we didn't go. Maybe.
I'll be sad that I'll have FOMO for sure.
Really?
Yeah,
I think
of course.
it's the same like programming every year, though, at this point. This is year 3.
Sure. It doesn't mean I don't want to be part of it.
Yeah, I hear you. Torrey DeVitto stars as Jenny. Hallmark fans last saw her in 2023's Love's Greek to Me. And many will also recognize her from her longtime role as Dr. Natalie Manning on Chicago Med.
Yeah, she's great in that.
Oh, nice.
Hey, Wendy, what is your first impression of Toast to Italy?
Well, it's not a Will Kemp movie until somebody finds a reason for him to dance.
Oh. My first impression is add collarbones to chairs and zippers in the unlikely sexy category.
Right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that was like the steamiest part of the whole entire movie. But I had so many issues. Not with that scene, but the context around that scene. Why are you measuring for a dress that is for a wedding 5 days?
Sure.
Don't even get me started. Okay. Do you want to jump into the likes?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's obvious, or at least...
Uh-oh. Go ahead.
Uh-oh. That the real love story here is not between Jenny and Arrigo. It's Jenny reconnecting with her Italian family.
Okay.
Okay. Did you not like this movie?
No, I didn't really like it.
Okay. Well, we got that out of the way.
I thought it was fine.
Well, if you'll recall, our first impression, I said, it's probably going to be fine.
Yeah. Remember we ranked it and did this come in 3rd for me or 2nd for me? Do you remember?
I think this was 2nd for me. I think it might have been third for you.
I can't wait to see how the rest of birthday 3-week month.
But you know what? This movie benefits from the pleasure pain principle in that we're coming right off of Christmas in July, which was largely bad.
Oh, so this is masterpiece theater
in comparison. It's like when you're in pain and the pain dissipates, the lack of pain feels like pleasure. It's the same thing. It benefits from that Christmas in July comparison.
This is why I think the IMDb reviews the ratings are pretty stinking high for this movie, like in the 7s.
Yeah.
Would you consider this a 7+ movie?
No, but I think it's also early. I think it's only been 2 days. So I'm curious, like, where those numbers land after a month, like where we shake out. I just thought the family scenes were the scenes that got me. I thought there was a lot of warmth in those scenes. I thought the casting was done really beautifully. Those characters did not feel like, oh, let's go meet Auntie this and so and so. They were lovely people that I was genuinely interested in seeing on my screen. And that was the part of the movie that I liked the most.
I would agree. This is you're like wrapped in a wish here. Jenny had no idea about her family history, which I found a little bit maybe unbelievable, or not even unbelievable, because she's only, let's see, it's her grandfather, right? I don't know. I just thought she would have a better understanding of like who her family was and their history and legacy in this town. And I was just kind of surprised by all of that. Like she was learning at the same time we were learning. So that kind of made it hard for me to care a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, like if you're so close to your grandparents and their love story is so meaningful, how did you not know anything about all of these people?
Exactly.
But the way they told the story, it did make it seem like the grandparents had left these people behind. Like it wasn't like the grandparents, these people were all so excited to meet her because it was a connection to the grandparents who they didn't really have in their lives once they left Italy. So maybe it's just that they moved they moved to the States and then they established this life and it was just like onward and upward and they weren't really looking back with the exception of this very particular wine.
Okay.
I don't know.
No, I don't know it. That's fair. These are fair points. Can we talk about Will Kemp and Torrey DeVitto?
Yeah, please.
I liked them. I knew, like, of course, Will Kemp is going to get, like, a lot of people are going to be very excited for him. I do. God, you guys, this is like likes and wishes all together. I do think he was a little Hallmarkified in this. I just want to see him a little more, like, rougher looking, I guess. Not so clean cut. Torrey DeVitto is great. I think she's adorable. Mature, like she should be in more movies. I know she's busy on her Chicago Med show.
She's not on that anymore.
Oh, I did look on her Instagram. She like has a toddler, so maybe she's just very busy.
I thought she was great too. I thought she and Will were a really nice pairing. It's been 3 years since we've had her on Hallmark, and maybe that's by choice and maybe it's not. I, in our first impression, was worried that this was going to be like a little boring and buttoned up, and I don't think she's boring, but I do think she's like kind of by the book and buttoned up and let's get things done. But it wasn't in an off-putting sort of way. She just was put together. And on screen, she was very compelling to watch.
Yeah, I agree. This was shot in Italy, right?
Yeah.
It was beautiful. So beautiful. But oh my gosh, I know I sound like a negative Nelly right now, guys. We have talked about this before. We're like when the setting becomes like the co-star.
Yes.
I don't love it because it's beautiful and nice to look at. And it does set the vibe. Like, she's overlooking like the vineyards and the whatever and all that stuff does lead into the story. And I like all that.
But you don't want your characters to be competing with the view.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't want our story to be like competing.
Sure.
Because that's to me like where it falls short is like the story feels super unbelievable to me.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to get there.
Well, I want to talk about the dialogue. I loved the pacing of the dialogue in this movie. And I've talked about this in other reviews, but I realized relatively recently what it is. It's not just the pacing of the dialogue and the writing, it's also the editing that I like. And the editing here was a very snappy back and forth. And there's been a lot of older Hallmark movies on in my home, courtesy of my husband. And it's very clear to me, it's probably a combination of directorial and editorial style, because some, and I don't know where this comes down to, directors and editors, like there's a little room in between the back and forth. I don't like that. I want like a quick, snappy, the dialogue moves, it keeps me engaged. And this had that. Also, it had some real fresh writing. I mean, we get, and now she's on Hinge.
I laughed out loud.
Yeah, me too.
Thought it was so funny. Thought that was so funny. You know, coming soon to News and Notes, we're going to talk about who edited these movies. No, we won't, guys. I promise.
Honestly, nobody cares, but I do. I would be interested to look and see. What I think happens is that directors have editors they like to work with. And so we probably would see a lot of repeats in terms of who the directors are and who their editors are. That would be interesting to us and only us.
Totally.
Do you have any more likes?
I think we about covered it.
Well, let's take a quick break and come back with our wishes. Well, Wendy, I'm going to let you take the lead on this one. I certainly have wishes, but...
First biggest one is she runs off to Italy 5 days before this wedding. It feels more believable if it's like 5 weeks before the wedding and she's like in search for this wine. To me, it's kind of like she's got to break it to the sister who's getting married. Like, we're going to have a nice bottle of Cab instead of this family love wine.
Right?
Sorry.
And maybe we go on a trip to Italy and we try and find this for you at some point in the future. Like that would be a fun family event or a first anniversary gift. But you, Wendy, who's no stranger to flight delays, like leaving on an international trip 5 days before a wedding, you might not make it back.
Yeah, you know, that's one of my biggest travel nightmares. So
I know, I'm traveling tomorrow. Wendy's like, what if you don't get back in time? I'm like, well, we're just...
we're just flying by the seat of our pants.
I mean, sometimes it's all you got to do.
Like, you're crazy. You crazy girl.
But nothing that I have going on is that important that I can't miss it. It stressed me out too. And as a person who's had a wedding, and clearly this was not just like we're showing up and having a family affair in the backyard. There would have been events leading up to the wedding. Yes. And as a bridesmaid, she would have been very involved in that. So now she's missing all of that rehearsal dinner and bridesmaid brunch or whatever they're doing for chasing down this bottle of wine, which quite frankly, it's 5 days before. Why did we not think about this? Like we thought we were going to dig it out of a box in the attic?
Okay, this is going to lead into my next wish. They dig out this bottle of wine out of some box in the attic. Were they planning to drink out of that bottle of wine?
I mean, that certainly doesn't strike me as proper wine storage.
Right?
It's going to taste like dust.
It's going to taste like vinegar. But this is what I don't understand. Like, did they say, like, I'm pretty sure they're like, oh, it's broken or it's empty or something, right? So,
like, did it leak? Did they put away an empty bottle of wine? What's happening?
This is where I got fully hung up from the jump. I was like, they were planning on serving that at least to like to the groom and bride. I just thought that was really weird. And then when they're in Italy and she misses out on the auction or whatever, first of all, why didn't she just talk to the guy who bought the wine? I know he was like a collector or whatever, but he is human too. I mean, that would, to me, make the next logical step instead of like...
Yeah, play on his emotions.
Running all over the countryside looking for maybe there's one more. And then they find maybe that one more that the guy's holding on to. I just like, if this wine is so important or so special, I mean, I don't know anything about anything. If it doesn't come from Trader Joe's, guys, I don't know anything about wine. But there's got to be some sort of like proper storage for something so special. And he just like, oh, let me go grab it out of my kitchen. And then Arrigo at the end is swinging it around at the reception.
Well, first of all, they find it on a bar shelf. Give me a break.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's also not proper wine storage. Like, you wouldn't just store it in a...
No, it'd be in some sort of temperature controlled situation.
Honestly, I'm sitting here the entire time you're talking and I'm thinking about what's the fix? Because the thing that I disliked the most was them pulling that wine out of that dusty box and it was so unclear to me, like you said, was this their plan? Like, get this box of wine out of the hot attic and serve that? I almost think the story would have been better served for them having like, no, we've been storing it appropriately and they take it out and they drop it, right? Like,
yeah.
At least that makes more sense.
Yes,
They had a plan because Torrey DeVitto's character, Jenny had her act together. Like, she's a radiologist. She's a doctor. She knows what she's doing. She's organized. And she had no plan for this at all. Doesn't seem to track.
Agree. Here's my next wish. Mm-hmm. These two fall madly in love with each other over what is maybe 36 hours. It's not many days. Mm-mm. I mean, we get a lot of them doing all the fun stuff together, but I have to side with the sister here in terms of calling him like vacation love or vacation romance. Yeah, you're like in this heightened sense, you're on this adventure, you're having all these like great conversations and you're getting along so well and he's handsome and you're beautiful and whatever. Of course.
Yeah, none of your real responsibilities are there. It's like The Bachelor or Love Island or, it's not the real world.
Right. And while they don't say like, I'm falling in love, it's I'm falling for her. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
How about I like her?
Yeah. I don't want to railroad you with all my wishes, but
I have a few.
Okay, let's go.
The plot here leans really heavily on the repetitive take of, let's go get the wine. Oh, the wine's not here. Let's go get the wine. Oh, not here again. It just was like changing the location and the conflict. And it just felt like a little bit like a wild goose chase. And I found it frustrating to watch.
Yeah, I agree with you. I also found it frustrating as well.
We get our tired misunderstanding
there
trope.
It is. Yep.
Boo, tomato, tomato. We don't need it. It isn't the actual conflict that ends the relationship, but nevertheless, didn't need it, hated it, saw it coming a mile away. Blech.
Totally. And what was so funny is because she's trying to use like essentially Google Translate to translate something she's looking at, but like hits the microphone button on accident and then it picks up his conversation and it's like half of a Google translated conversation, right?
Uh-huh.
And she's watching it unfold. I'm like, is there any moment where she's like, oh, this is picking up his conversation. Maybe I shouldn't be listening to it.
Yeah, good point.
But instead, she's PO'd of what she hears. She feels like he's, duping her or whatever.
Yeah, I just was so irritated by the whole thing. And my last wish is I've had just about enough of the now we just need to find someone for you nonsense because repeat after me, being single is not a moral failing.
Right. Agree.
Two more wishes.
No.
Hey, let's talk. Did you see that?
All right. Mine are just two complaints. I don't have actual, like, did you see that continuity? Continuity? Is that the word?
It is.
Continuity issues? Nothing like that. Except they did when they were on the train. Oh, wait. I have one. When she was, like, asleep on the train.
Yeah.
And he was in the other scene. He's, like, looking at her. I was like, no. My daughter took a picture of me asleep on an airplane.
Oh,
And it's the most horrifying picture I've ever seen in my life.
Yes.
There's no like way you're looking beautiful like as you're resting your eyes on this train. There's no way.
Honestly, when I wake up on an airplane, like I look around to see who can see me because I know that I looked ridiculous.
You've been drooling.
My mouth hangs open when I sleep on a plane.
Yep.
I hate it so much.
Yep. And there was another train scene where you could see like the fake green screen in the back. background was like not real. Was there a train scene that bothered you?
There was a train station scene, and I need to preface this by saying I've been extremely irritable lately, and I'm not sure why. I think it's the weather, but I was irritated because in the train station, they're standing between the two trains, and they're like bantering, bickering back and forth about coffee. They're standing dead center of a narrow walkway, and you can see multiple people have to squeeze around them. Get out of the way. Have this conversation somewhere else.
Here are my other two did you see that moments. Just petty complaint corner, if I may. Ginny was supposed to only be there for like one day for the auction. She had all these like handbags. I mean, it was real cute, but she had like a different handbag for every outfit, and she had all these great outfits. Where did they all come from if she was just supposed to be there one day?
Great question.
That was annoying. Also, we talked about it in our first impression because we were like, okay, is Arrigo British? Is he Italian? What's happening here? I like that we get Will Kemp in his like natural form, right?
Yes.
But what came first? Was the script that way? So then they're like, we gotta hire a British guy. Or did they hire Will Kemp and say, let's just make this adjustment in the script that he's British, but he has like Italian roots or whatever?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like it could have gone either way, but it seems more likely that they adjusted it to fit the actor than the other way around.
Because they specifically had to call it out.
Yeah. My only last did you see that is, I'm a jerk, but I don't think balloons are a wedding decoration. And there's big balloon bouquets behind the bride and groom. I just think they're cheap and they fill a space. I had the same thought in my favorite all-time movie, My Best Friend's Wedding. There's a scene at the wedding where they're outside on a tennis court filling hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of balloons. And I just thought, this is like the wedding of the year in Chicago, and balloons are our decor? I don't think so. I don't think you're going to go into a wedding and actually see balloons. I have two Did You See That's to add to this that were brought by viewers. One came in via an email, and it has to do with Jenny visiting the church and lighting a candle. This is from Mary, who says, "Hi, ladies. As a Catholic who often lights candles in churches when traveling, I place a donation in the box first. In Toast to Italy, Jenny lights one and leaves. Bad form."
Oh.
Another thing that was posted in our Girls Gone Hallmark Facebook group about this movie was many people were shocked that Jenny takes the coffee from Arrigo early on because they're like, that's how you get roofied.
Oh.
And I just...
Whoa.
The thought didn't even cross my mind.
Yeah. If it was a bar, maybe I would have thought about it, but not like a coffee, you know?
No. And I guess...
Budget constraints.
Apparently.
Fill the space. They don't have a budget for flowers.
Yep.
Yeah.
What did you rate A Toast to Italy?
I'm scared. 2.75 stars.
I give it 3.5.
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. Thanks for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark. If you love this podcast, we love your 5-star ratings and reviews. Don't leave without opening that Apple Podcast app and dropping a 5-star review on Girls Gone Hallmark. We'll be back next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.